Welcome back, guys, and today we're going to be going over some of my gripes with Forza Horizon 6 because, as much as I do love the game, obviously, it's hard for them to make a better game if we all just glaze it, and I figured I'd give some of my feedback on some of the things that I don't like. And we'll start off pretty easily with what just happened. I feel like the AI in this game are like hyper aggressive, and well, we all know our one friend likes to ram us off the road. So I do think that they need a little bit of work on the drivatars because I don't know why they're so aggressive in 6. They were pretty like dull in 5, and I have the difficulty down quite a bit just because I don't want to like sweat too hard for a video. But even here, they're still pretty aggressive, and they will ram you without hesitation. And one of my other gripes I would say is in the garage builder, it is wonderful. Besides the fact that it's really unstable and is really prone to crashing your game if you try to save it after you work on it for a while, so you almost have to save frequently by yourself, manually. And so with that, I think a simple fix would just be auto-saving every 10 to 15 minutes, and I think that would alleviate a lot of the issues that kind of plague that whole system right now. But if we're going for improvements, which, oopsies, I took that corner a little too quick, I would say another great improvement to that would be letting us control the lighting, because currently the only lighting you have in there is like the giant ceiling floodlights, and then like the actual lighting props don't do anything like at all. They don't illuminate anything, and yeah, I don't know. Also, dude, apparently the C8 is just like extremely heavy. Well, okay, I'm not surprised, but like ease. But I think those are some of my main gripes. Other smaller things would be just like the fact that the paint system didn't really get much of an update. I mean, like, we have the new types of paint that we can use, which is nice, but what would be a better thing, I think, is the ability to actually have a more refined system for playing vinyls. Like, for the love of Christ, we still can't paint over carbon fiber, and I don't know why. It's not like it should be something that we can't put a vinyl over if you like want to or don't want to, I guess. But like, we have the ability to paint over the glass, the windshield. Why can't we paint over carbon fiber? I feel like that's something that's not insane to ask for. Maybe there's a reason, but like, from an outside perspective, it just seems like really easy to make it to where you could just paint over it. Some smaller things I think that are worth mentioning is the fact that some cars just did get a general downgrade in the sound department. A great example, I would say, is the Lamborghini Essenza, which had its launch control stripped and sounds like it has a muffler now opposed to before, which in Horizon 5, I think it sounded amazing. Getting into the second race here, and honestly, I really don't have any idea why they made the car sounds worse in that regard. I mean, they also just decided to strip a couple of cars that we did prior have, which maybe they'll come back in the playlist, but like, I don't know. The Super Trofeo got stripped. I don't know why it did, and other cars too, but I think for me that's one of the standout ones because I was thinking about cars with launch control, and that was one of the other ones that did have launch control in Horizon 5, and I don't know, we just don't really have any launch control modes in Horizon 6, which is a little unfortunate. It's always, the same, like, launch control sound of just the engine kind of revving to a certain point, but it doesn't even sound good. Also, bro, calm down. It's not like it pops or crackles or anything crazy on launch control like it would in real life, so a little unfortunate. And I know not every car in real life has launch control that does in Forza, but like, there is quite a few that do, especially more modern cars, and they're just kind of missing it. And I don't know why they are, because I mean, maybe they just decided to switch the entire sound engine with the new Forza Tech, but I wouldn't think they did, because that's a lot of work, and they'd have to get completely new sounds. But the fact that we don't have some of them sounds that we had before is a little unfortunate. I think another thing worth mentioning is the fact that I think it's cool that, yes, we have aftermarket exhaust in the game, if you didn't know, because I've seen some videos of people who had their cars recorded by the Forza team, and then they had their sounds put in the game, and they had custom exhausts on their cars. So at this point, if you throw on a race exhaust, it might not be stock anymore in terms of just sound. It might literally be like a real custom exhaust that exists, which I think is kind of interesting. Though I do wish they had brand names for the exhausts. I mean, I think that'd be kind of cool, right? Like, let's say I want to put, you know, like a catback exhaust on a Mustang. You should be able to know it's a catback, not just like, oh yeah, it's a street exhaust or like a race exhaust or like, something like that. I think that'd be a little more interesting than the current system, like I said. So I think that's something that'd be kind of interesting to mention. That is gorgeous, by the way. Like, wow, that is like, man, look at that view. I will say they did kill it in the map department. This map is absolutely gorgeous, and I do love Japan. Good map, despite my skepticism. I do wonder what they're going to do now, though. A lot of people, do mention Germany as being one of the contenders, and so, I don't know, maybe. I also don't know if we'll go back to Europe, though, because we literally were there, like, a few times already. I mean, like, 2 games in a row. Well, not in a row, actually. Out of sequence, but Horizon 2 was France and Italy. Horizon 4, obviously the UK. And so I just feel like going back there again would be a little bit, I don't know, much, I guess, when we could go somewhere else. Maybe like, I don't know, South Africa. That's one people have mentioned before. Maybe like Texas would be kind of interesting, I think. The climate there would be pretty unique, I think. It'd be kind of like some people would be like, oh, it's kind of similar to Mexico. But it's like, to be fair, Texas has regions that are just giant swamps. So it's like, I don't know. I don't think it'd be exactly the same. I feel like that's a little bit of a stretch to just say that. But, I mean, maybe not. I think other places like the Northeast would be kind of cool, or maybe the Pacific Northwest. I'd say California, but again, that's kind of similar to Mexico. Maybe South America in general could be kind of interesting, kind of a tropical area, or something more like Vietnam or somewhere in like the Philippines could be kind of interesting also. I mean, you have to pick which island you're going to go with, but I feel like we haven't had a game really like that's super tropical, other than maybe like, I guess Australia, but like I don't know if I'd consider that super tropical, right? Mexico obviously had a jungle, but it was a very small part of the map, and so I feel like it's not really tropical. But I think it'd be cool to see something like that for the next game. I will say that maybe to an extent they could do something with like Miami, kind of area, Florida, but considering GTA 6 is going to be there, I really don't see that happening. But I think the vibes there would be pretty elite. And with Tokyo being a city that we see now in game, you can tell that they are able to do big cities just fine. So it's not like they couldn't do that, especially now. And I wonder how we're gonna see like the next game turn out in terms of like what engine we're gonna be on. Are we gonna still be on the same Forza tech? Are they gonna update it? Where are we gonna be at with that? And like, is the next game gonna even be on the Series X, or is it gonna be on the next generation of consoles that's been leaked? So it's like there's a lot of questions still kind of regarding all that new future stuff to happen. And I feel like there's some potential that it could turn out kind of like rocky if they don't play their cards right. So far, I think Horizon 6 is pretty good, and the only complaints I have is the ones I mentioned earlier for the most part. And let me know if you have any more like complaints or things that you would like to see in the game down below in the comments. And I just got copyrighted 100%. But anyways, yeah, let me know if you guys have any feedback or suggestions in the comments down below. I'll make sure to read them, and hey, maybe I'll include them in my next video if I make one like this, which, to be honest, I probably will, because, I don't know, people get upset at me for making these videos, but it's like, dude, how are they going to improve the game if you're not giving them something to work with? I mean, if you just glaze it, which, I don't mean to point fingers here, but, like, my boy Nick, we love you, Nick, don't get me wrong, but, like, I saw that short, bro, where someone had a dono, and they asked, Nick, what do you, like, not like about the game? And he's like, nothing, you know, it's perfect. Like, we don't get anywhere like that, right? Like, we're not going to make progress in the game if we just tell them the game is perfect, because they're not going to have anything to go off of that we don't like, or that we just want to see different, or, like, we want to see improved. So I feel like we need to give them feedback. So it's a little, like, disingenuous to kind of be like, oh yeah, the game's perfect, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, to be fair, no hate to bro, because, like, I'm sure he's getting paid, so it's like, get your bread up. But, like, a little bit on the side of that. I feel like it's a little bit better to be just honest with them. Even if they're paying you, I feel like then it's even more, like, genuine, because, like, they know that it's coming from a place of passion, not a place of hate. Because you are going to get people that just, like, dog on the game for no reason. But, like, at the same time, you're also going to get people that are harsh, but they have good intent. You know, and that's kind of what, like, I'm trying to do is, I'm not trying to, like, hate on Forza or anything, right? I'm just trying to say that, like, there's things that could be improved, and I think could be improved quite easily. I will say the one thing I do like about Horizon 6 is the fact that cars are actually kind of expensive, especially if you don't have premium, which I gotta say, this is a kind of big complaint, I'm not gonna lie. I think we all forgot about this. Anybody who has premium gets, like, 2x credits on any event or, like, anything they do, for the most part, unless it's, like, wheel spins or, you know, something from the UI where you get credits, like a payout from a job or something. But anything like this, like a race or, like, an event, or I think even, like, I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure, actually, Raku, I'm pretty sure you even get 2x credits, because it says, like, I got 200k, and then I back out of Raku, and I have, like, 400, 500k. So it's like, I'm pretty sure even that is, like, 2x credits, which is insane. So I feel like that's something that needs to be, like, a setting that we can turn off, like, if I do or don't want, like, 2x credits, because, like, it really doesn't feel like a grind with 2x credits. Like, this is it's just so easy to, like, get anything I want at this point, right? Like, the only thing holding me back is, like, time. Like, if I played this game for, like, 8 hours straight just doing Raku, I'd have, like, 20 million credits easily. You know, I mean, like, in 20 minutes doing Raku, you can get about, like, 500k with premium, at least. I mean, without premium, you're probably looking more like 250, but, like, with premium, 500k is, like, dude, that's so easy. That means you can make over, like, a mil per hour doing Raku, right? And that's not even min-maxing. Like, that's not getting all of the stars and, like, you know, all of the challenges done. That's just, like, doing it just for fun, and you still get a massive payout. So I think it definitely is worth looking at that being, like, a setting that's toggleable. As for, like, other things I think could be toggleable, or, like, a setting that's, you know, nice to have, is being able to change the sound effect that we have for the, like, radar. And I actually don't even know, like, why they picked the sound they did. I mean, to me, the radar sound currently, no one's near me, so you can't really sample it right now, but I'm sure you've heard it before. Sounds like a door chime, in my opinion. Like, it doesn't sound very good. Now, to be fair, I know it's not supposed to sound good, but, like, I think making it sound a little bit more, like, demanding of your attention would be kind of nice. Like, if it's beeping like a door chime versus, like, screaming at me, I'm a little bit more enticed to, like, drive away from the cars that I'm near if it's screaming at me versus a door chime. And that's just like a minor complaint, to be fair. And I think honestly, another thing that would be kind of interesting to have would be not just have it for cars, but have it for anything that's like a solid object in the game. Because what if you're in first person and you're like, okay, I want to back up my car? I mean, you could use the mirrors. I mean, like, yes, it's possible. It's not impossible to do that. It's a little tricky though, because you can't really do much of a, you know, head check. You just have to kind of wing it off of the mirror, because if you try to turn your camera around to do a head check, your camera just clips out the back of the car, and like, I don't know, it's a little like immersion breaking, I would say. Not that it's like the end all be all of immersion to play Forza, but like it'd be nice if it didn't have that, you know, ability to just like clip through your car and be like, oh, okay, this is where I'm at. I think making that a setting would be kind of interesting, actually, to where you can control if you are like looking through the back of the car or if you're not looking through the back of the car, and you actually just do a regular head check. That would be kind of nice, I think, as well as like fixing up some things like the shifting animation, because they're not 100% accurate on every car. Not that they have to be, but it would be kind of nice if they were. But I don't know. But yeah, guys, if you enjoyed my yapping or just enjoyed the video in general, consider giving this video a like. And hey, if you're new around here, drop a sub, because we're trying to get to 10K by the end of the year. And so it'd really help out if you did. But yeah, that's about it for me. And I hope you all have a good one. But anyways, peace.